Congratulations to your school community and your club tonight recognition in your year now. Your high school career ending off tonight. We'll be back in a few minutes with the opening ceremony for tonight's game between the Sherlock Strong and our team.
Hey guys, Vince here. Hey guys, Vince.
You guys can mute yourselves now. There's nothing going on.
So, are we 1 and 2?
Yeah, you guys are 1 and 2. Let me make sure off here.
And we are live here from Phoenix as the Brophy Broncos are getting ready to take on the Shadow Ridge Falcons. I'm Greg Zaber here at the Varsity Sports Show, joined by
Jesse Davis.
and the Broncos set to kick off here. The Broncos had a nice game last week against Red Mountain. Got Coach Jason Jewell his first win against the against Red Mountain for the first time in his career, and they'll look to keep that momentum going tonight here. As the kickoff will be a fake lateral back, and Brophy's going to get no problem with that. They will wrap that tackle up immediately. Alex Buggy with the tackle there at the 15.
Yeah, Greg, this is a great matchup tonight. Another Friday night game. Two teams in the 6A Central Division, both with a 3-2 record overall. 2-2 in the conference for Brophy, and this is a big game, right? You know, they have a month left in the season, 4 games left after tonight, so a really important matchup for both of these football teams. Of course, as you mentioned, Jason Jewell, head coach of the Broncos, picking up that 27-10 win last week, and for Shadow Ridge coming off a tough loss, 55-34.
And motion, and Normandin, the quarterback, will hand off, and they will pick up about 2 yards. Good stop there by the Broncos to start this one off.
Yeah, so Shadow Ridge looking to bounce back. Tough one last week against the Millennium Tigers. And again, both of these teams very similar, right, Greg?
Yeah.
They're both averaging 31 points on offense per game.
Both struggling on defense. Yeah.
Right.
Brophy let up a 70 bomb against Hamilton 2 weeks ago, so that's what they're dealing with. In a game where they scored 33 points, it was not even close. But at moments, their defense has been really impressive. Been a very up and down season. Another motion play for the Falcons here. Normandin will hand off to Cruz again, and he is wrapped up immediately, trying to get up the gut, and the Brophy defensive tackles are letting him get absolutely nothing. Maybe a pickup of 1 there. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, I think defense is going to be a big part of tonight's game, right?
Yeah.
Brophy only giving up 10 points last week against a very good Red Mountain team. And so they're looking to build off that performance. Of course, we had our player of the game last week, Ryder Noche, with a couple interceptions. Look for him to be a big factor in that secondary for the Broncos.
As he usually is. Normandin in shotgun. Call for motion, and he will hand this one off. And Brophy's going to wrap that one up immediately again. Maybe got a yard, and it is a great start here for this Broncos defense. They go 3 and out, and on 3 plays, the Falcons pick up maybe 6 yards. Great start here for the Broncos. We'll see if their offense can pick up that momentum.
Yeah, it's a great start. Always looking to get that quick 3 and out on defense. Broncos do just that. Now they're set to get the ball back in good field position. Maybe setting up a good return.
For the Broncos, it'll be Noche back deep to receive, along with Bishop Allen. And it's going to be a fake punt here. And the punter's going to run it himself here, route to the edge, and he is going to get the first down. He will get laid out on the sideline. It's going to be another 15 yards. What a play there by Shadow Mountain, taking a risk and making it work. Ryan Seymour, the punter.
I mean, Ryan Seymour, first of all, what a play call.
And, you know, he just took forever on that hesitation. I almost wonder if that was a planned punt. Just the way that he executed that, he really slowly rolled out. And it almost looks like he was surveying the field, and he just saw a huge gap on the Brophy defense that they were just completely unready for that. And regardless of whether that's a drawn-up play or if it's, you know, simply something he did on the spot, it's a first down nonetheless, and they're on midfield.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Stallions head coach Michael Zadepski for that play call, right? You're on the road, a tough environment, and you come out with that fake punt to convert the first down and keep this drive going. Just a huge play for Shadow Ridge early.
So it'll be first down and 10 from their own 49. Normandin in shotgun. And we are going to have 2 wide receivers in motion. Another one will motion down. Running back now motions again. Normandin, quick release, and that is incomplete there. Little quick pass, and that is incomplete, targeted for number 26, Nolan Rao, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, I just want to circle back to that fake punt rollout. Usually you're in a passing situation as a punter. You don't really see the punter just take off. In those instances, usually a busted play or you can't get the punt off, but they caught Brophy lacking.
Completely off guard. And
it's just, you know, mistakes that really can happen in a tight game like this to start.
And we will have a 5-yard penalty. I believe it was illegal formation. So that will negate the incomplete pass as Brophy accepted the penalty. Be 1st and 15 from the 44. Norman in shotgun. And he will hand this off. Rather, it was Rowan shotgun. To the edge, he will cut it back and pick about 4 yards and will negate the penalty. That was number 23 there, Joel Cooper, the junior running back.
Number 23, Joel Cooper with a carry. Tackled by number 2, Alex.
Yeah, for Shadow Ridge, you're going to see a lot of Michael Cruz, the senior, playing wide out, also at running back, and returns the kick. So he's a big playmaker in their offense. He's got 12 total touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, 744 rushing yards.
Yeah.
And another 200 through the air.
He is their offense.
Uh-huh.
Looking to be a factor tonight as they hope to win.
And quiet tonight is Normandin will look for a screen pass, and that was knocked away. Good defensive play there. I believe it was John Michael, the junior defensive end, who is having a stellar start to the season. And he's been, with a lot of the Broncos, especially Matthew Hernandez, Noah Hubbard, some of those guys who graduated last year, he's having a fantastic start to the season. He got 26 tackles, 5.5 for loss, 3 sacks, got 9 hurries, 9 pressures already. He is just a quarterback's worst nightmare, and he's only a junior, looking to make a big impact tonight.
And only a junior. He's still got another season to go next year, and he just keeps getting better and better. And really that front just causes so much havoc, right? That front 7 with their pressure packages that they pull out, and then you, of course, have the sticky secondary. So it makes for a tough defense to gain yards on.
100%. In shotgun, Norman did. We've got another motion play. Stallions really like to utilize this motion. They'll motion again, a double motion play again. And it's a simple handoff there, up the middle, and they will push and get close to the first down there. It's number 18. That is Michael Cruz, who we were just talking about. And it looks like he will be about a yard short. And this will bring up a 4th down and 1 from the 41. Tough decision, but it looks like the Stallions are going to have no hesitation and will keep their offense on the field. Great run there by Cruz to find the open hole and really commit to that. Unfortunately, we do have a flag on the play for the Stallions. Both teams walking back.
Looks like it'll be a legal shift.
Yep.
5-yard penalty will result in replay. 3rd down, 3rd.
So legal motion on the line will push him back through the 7 to the 42 rather. 3rd down and 17. Refs still figuring out where to spot the ball. But on 3rd down and 17, it'll be interesting to see what the Stallions want to do here. If they want to keep it on the ground and just kind of concede the drive, or if they want to take a shot downfield, which they have not really done yet. Third and 17, Norman in the shotgun. Play action, and he'll gunsling a sidearm, and he never even knew it was coming. Pass intended for number 11, Colton Day, and he literally threw it into his back. Day never had a chance, and Norman did, and Day will have a conversation as they exit the field, both a little bit frustrated. But the Broncos will get away unscathed after giving up a crucial special teams mistake, and they will get the ball back.
Yeah, Shadow Ridge with a couple procedure penalties that really killed that drive. They were in a 4th and 1. A legal motion backs them up, and that's tough, right? We talked about this Broncos defense. Mistakes and penalties are a big thing.
Almost blocked the kick here, and Allen will fair catch it around the 15-yard line, and that is where Case Vandenbosch and this Brophy offense will take over with 8:51 to go here in the first quarter.
And the one big difference from the quarterback position for these teams is Normanton doesn't take off too much. He's only got 11 carries on the season.
Only 33 yards, yeah.
Right, whereas Vandenbosch, that's a big factor of this game, right? He uses his legs a lot. He takes off, takes what the defense gives him, and look for him to really find those holes in the defense.
Yeah, he's got 7 rushing touchdowns in 5 games already, had 15 rushing touchdowns last year, and he didn't even play the full season last year, which really just shows you what a dual threat he is. Really makes some opportunities open for him. And he will hand it off to Chambers, and Chambers will bounce to the edge and get a pickup about 3, where he's eventually wrapped up by Aiden Tatum, who's one of the big players for the Stallions so far on defense.
Yeah, and like we said, this game is big for both teams, so it really feels for the Broncos to be able to take care of business. They have 3 straight road games after this, so needing to win at home again.
Screen pass for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald easily going to get to the edge and shake a tackle. He's going to turn this one out to the 40. Cuts it back, and he will get out to midfield. Devin Fitzgerald to pick up a 32 yards. And that's the reason why he's a 4-star commit to Notre Dame. Just the ability that he has to make people miss in screen plays. Just doing what his last name's known for. And for those of you who don't know, he is the son of Cardinals legend Larry Fitzgerald. But he's making a name for himself. Vanden Bosch and shotgun. The Broncos are going to move fast, and Chambers will run right ahead and pick up about 4 or 5.
Yeah, Devin just such a great athlete, showing off his skill, and that's what makes this offense so potent. Is he's obviously their main guy, but they have other guys as well. McNabb Jr.,
Dalen
Kubica.
Sharper returns after being injured.
Right.
Actually, he returned last week, but he's a Stanford commit, but finally getting back into the groove of things. As Vanden Bosch will take a big hit, and we wrapped up about a pick up of 2. That was Nate Pearson laying the tackle down.
Notre Dame's going to be happy to have Devin.
Yeah.
Just all he's done here for the Broncos and his film, just the craft that he puts in and the hard work, really showing up on the tape.
Yeah. 3rd down and 4. Vanden Bosch in shotgun, movement on the line, but we will not get a penalty. Looks like the Stallions were able to get set.
Looks like he crossed there. I'm not sure why that wasn't called.
Interesting. Vanden Bosch in shotgun. Chambers to his left. He'll switch to his right in motion. Got the tight end Krostowski. He will go into motion. And Vanden Bosch is going to keep it himself. Really nice design play run. Got the defense off guard, and he will pick up the first down easily out to the 33. It's a pickup of 9 yards, but most importantly, it's a first down for the Broncos here as they are getting deep into Stallions territory.
And that's a great read by Vanden Bosch. Quarterback 101. You see the end crash, and you take it on the QB option.
Yeah, and that's a play that Brophy is going to run many times this night. Just the fake handoff and Vanden Bosch taking it himself. Vanden Bosch going to serve one over the middle, and it's Devin Fitzgerald with a wide open touchdown. Devin Fitzgerald gets behind the defense, and he is going to score his now ninth touchdown, of the season. We're only in game 6, and he's got 9 of them. Just incredible stuff.
Yeah, what a connection between Vanden Bosch and Fitzgerald. Just really flourishing this season, and we saw it there. It looked like a busting coverage from Shadow Ridge, and that post route from Fitzgerald just wide open in the middle of the field.
It'll be Jack Carson on the try. It looks like Brophy's going to set up in a what is going on?
This is crazy.
I don't know how to call this. It'll be Vanden Bosch taking himself, and he's going to really easy flip it into Powell for the 2-point conversion.
I've never seen that formation
I've never
in my
seen
life.
that formation, but maybe we should see it more often because that worked pretty well. Huh. Well, the Broncos get a little tricky here, and it's 8-0 here with 6:38 to go in the first quarter. Huh.
I mean, that reminded me of that Colts-Giants game when the Colts went for it on 4th and 2 and had the guy taken under center and get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. I've never seen that for a 2-point try. And you're right. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I guess Shadow Ridge not prepared
We were
for
caught
that.
off guard. They were caught off guard. Everyone's caught off guard. And if you're an offense, that's what you want to do here. But for the Broncos, exactly how they wanted to start this game off. Really tight in the front 7 on defense and getting their star wide receiver, Devin Fitzgerald, the ball and letting him cook.
We're going to go to our sideline reporter.
Deep to return for the Stallions. Number 18, Michael Cheese. Along with number 26.
We're going to go to our sideline reporter, Tommy Perez, after this kick. Give us a little update.
Ryder Hampton to kick this one off for the Broncos as the Stallions are set to get the ball back for the second drive of the game. Back deep to receive is Dyer for the Stallions along with Colton Day. The kick is a line drive to Dyer. Dyer will let this one go out for a touchback, and the Stallions will pick up on the 20. Down to you, Tommy. Or maybe not. Guess we must be having some technical difficulties, but we'll stay up here.
And now, this is big, right? You're down 8-0 on the road in a hostile environment. How are you going to respond
I think they need
if your head coach Michael Zadepski in your squad. You had a good first drive, fake punt conversion, couple first downs, but really needing to find some points to get back in the game.
Yeah, I'd like to see Normandin throw the ball a little bit more here. It looks like he's been a little bit cautious, relying on the run a little bit too much. The Stallions are doing a great job of creating motion, but not doing much with it. And he will hand this one off up the middle, and they will pick up about 5. It is Cruz again with the handoff. Michael Cruz, the senior, and really the star of the Stallions team with a nice play on first down. They're going to go hurry up. It's Cruz with the handoff again. He will wait and find a hole, and he will get the first down. A really nice run there from Michael Cruz. He really is explosive and can find a way to just turn it up and find the gap. Pick up about 7 or so, and we'll move the chains.
Some good blocking from the Stallions O-line, making some holes for Cruz to find. And so shifty, right? His ability to
cut it back and
find that agility and get through the defense.
Normandin in shotgun, 2 running backs. Normandin will call for the motion of Cruz. Play action. Normandin's going to look downfield, and it was incomplete there. Looking for number 26 there. That is Nolan Rao, the wide receiver. Looked for Rao a couple times here, but not able to find that connection. And Rao, not someone we've totally seen a lot here for the Shadow Ridge Stallions, but interesting to see that quarterback Normandin has been looking his way a little bit more tonight. We'll see how that wide receiver group kind of develops here as the season goes on here for the Stallions. So 2nd down and 10 from the 35. Normandin in shotgun again. Cruz to his right. He will hand this one off to Cruz, who will cut it back and make a man miss, but pick up about 3 or so. Nice tackle there by Ryder Noche, the junior. And let's talk about Ryder Noche for a second. This is a Broncos team that has sent Benjamin Morrison, who just got drafted here in April, and has also sent Cree Thomas both to Notre Dame as cornerbacks. And, don't want to make a comparison to those two because it's a big one to make, but Ryder Noche here has been a really nice player for the Broncos here so far on defense. 23 tackles, 2 of them for loss to start this season. And he's only a junior, and he's playing really well. And that is when we wrapped up immediately. Vander Vargas getting in the backfield, and he's another name for the Broncos here. Did not play much last year, but a big tackle for loss going to force a 4th down, and the Broncos are going to get the ball back.
Yeah, just going back to Noche. I mean, he was such a big factor last week with a couple interceptions.
Yeah.
Sealing the win for Brophy.
Yeah, 3 interceptions on the season.
And Notre Dame, man, they're getting some really good players. So
you have to think that they have to be looking at him.
Absolutely.
And they will punt away. Seymour's kick is high and will be let go at the 22. It will go out of bounds. Allen fixed the catch, and the Broncos will pick up from essentially the 20.
That was a really good punt.
Yeah, really high. It didn't have a ton of distance to it, but it didn't really need to just because Shadow Ridge easily got down the field there, and essentially a touchback from the 34 in high school. That's pretty rare. So Seymour, arguably the MVP of the Stallions so far, and I haven't had a lot of good plays to look back on with the big fake punt that he picked up the first down and then a really nice punt there. So the Broncos will pick up on drive number 2. It'll be Vandenbosch with Chambers to his left. They'll motion Devin Fitzgerald. So 3 wide receivers on that short side of the field. Vandenbosch will hand this one off to Chambers. Chambers up the middle. He will push forward and dive for a pickup of about 6 or so. Good game there for Harrison Chambers, who is also an integral part of this Brophy offense. Chambers has been playing on the varsity since his sophomore year, and he's having a great start to the season so far. 41 carries for 267 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the season so far. And it really just seems like every year he's gotten better. His yards per carry have gotten higher every single year he's played on varsity, and looking to do the same potentially into college. In shotgun, Vandenbosch play action to Dalen Sharper. Sharper will get the edge, and we'll try to cut it back now, and eventually we'll get tackled for a first down and a pickup of about 9 or so.
Great effort there from Dalen Sharper along the sideline, making a couple defenders miss. Takes a crowd to tackle him, and he moves the sticks once more for the Broncos, and it's another first down.
Out to the 37 now. Vandenbosch in shotgun. Broncos are going to move quickly again. Vandenbosch going to take a deep shot, got all time, and he will find Jason Kubica over the middle for a pickup of about 11 or so, and he will be dragged down. We'll get the first down as long as it's spotted correctly. Ooh, that is a interesting spot there. It looks like they'll give him a pick of about 9 or so, but regardless, a nice catch for Jason Kubica, who has 11 catches and 161 yards and a touchdown on the season so far.
And how about Van den Bosch in the pocket, his pocket awareness, going through his progressions,
Yeah.
finds Kubica on that little slant route, pickup of 9.
Another jump on the defensive side of things, but no flags. And yeah, I think that's something that from looking at last year as opposed to now, Case Van den Bosch really looks comfortable in that pocket and really, is able to get through his reads and find the open man. Van den Bosch will hand this one off to Chambers, who's got a gaping wide hole up the left side. Chambers might take this one all the way. He's going to cut this one back. Chambers will not be touched. Harrison Chambers, it's 13-0. All the way, 54 yards, and the Broncos strike again.
Harrison Chambers.
Third touchdown of the
run.
season.
Holy smokes. I mean, he had a little hole on the left side, and he was gone. Defenders left in the dust.
Yeah.
What a job from him, and that's why he's so important for this offense is they have Van den Bosch, they have Fitzgerald, but you need to get that ground game going, and Chambers supplies that.
Carson looking for the PAT, looking to make this a 15-point game early on. Good snap, good hold, and good kick, and it is 15-0 here. 2:51 to go in the first, and it could not have been any better of a start for the Broncos here. They had executed in every aspect of this game.
Yeah, the Broncos O-line really doing a good job getting a hat on a hat, creating those holes for the offense. Saw that kick-out block on the left-hand side, and away Chambers went, right? He had the 2 defenders that had a shot at him. He crossed over in the middle and was gone.
And for those of you who don't follow the Broncos too closely, this was a team that relied on their offensive line like super heavily last year. All 5 of their offensive linemen made 6A Central honors in some way, shape, or form. 2 of them to win Division One, another one of them went Division Two, but all 5 of them graduated last year. This was a Brophy team that had to replace 5 different guys on the offensive line, and they really struggled early. In that first game against Basha, their offensive line was not looking too sharp, but as the season has progressed, the younger guys have gotten some more experience, and, in these types of games, they're not just like being competent, they're winning them football games.
Yeah, it's what they are striving to do. It's another season that's already, it's fast. It's already been underway, almost halfway through.
Can't believe we're halfway done.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hampton's kick will be fielded around the 5 by Cruz. Cruz will lateral this one. Oh, no, he's going to take it himself. He faked the lateral, and he will be tackled about the 22. Faked me out, but not the Broncos defense.
How are you not entertained by some of these players? Just some trickery going on early in this game. You love it.
If you're Shadow Ridge, I like that type of play. Any kind of miscommunication that you can kind of create, that might be what you need in this game, especially trying to mount this comeback.
Well, now the biggest thing for Shadow Ridge is time, right? They're already down 15-0, and it's 2:41 left here in the first quarter. Time is going to be a factor.
Yeah, especially if they can't find some scoring early, as Cruz will spin his way to a pickup of about 6 or so before he's eventually wrapped up there by the Broncos. And Shadow Ridge is going to want to move fast, going to want to tire this Broncos defense out. Normandin will take a screenplay to Cruz. Cruz on the edge is going to get tackled by Ryder Noche, and Noche, really nice fundamental tackle. Did not let Cruz get the edge on him whatsoever.
And even that half second can make a difference as a quarterback. Normandin put that one on the outside shoulder of Cruz. If he put it on the inside, he would have had half a second more to get upfield. Instead, he has to turn his whole body around, and by that time, the defense is in the backfield.
And we are going to get a flag before the snap. It's going to go against Shadow Ridge. It'll push him back 5 yards, so we're going to have 3rd down and 8, which is a much less manageable down. Normandin not happy about this one, and no one on Shadow Ridge is.
No, that's their 3rd offensive penalty in this game, and it's their 3rd drive. It's hard when you're already facing a tough defense, but when you make mistakes like that to hurt yourself, just puts you back even more.
Normandin back with the play call, and we'll go to the huddle. Christian Normandin looking for an answer. Offense has only mustered 1 first down here, minus the special teams fake punt. Normandin under center. He will go into play action with Cruz. Normandin in trouble, going to fire one over the middle, and it is incomplete there. That'll bring up 4th down and 8. He was looking for number 90 there. Brendan Chris, the tight end, couldn't find him. Chris not been a target of Normandin often so far here, but in this type of situation, go to anyone who's open.
Tough one there for Norman. That was a great throw. It looked like Chris might have stopped up a little bit on the route if he kept running. Might have had that one.
Yeah, might have been a bit of miscommunication, but it was thrown over his head a little bit as well. Brophy did a nice job bringing pressure there, and they will get the ball back. Set to begin their 3rd drive. It'll be Seymour to punt it away. Seymour, it's a very high punt, and it will be fielded at about the 50. Noche breaks the tackle immediately. He's going to try to get to the edge, and Noche is just so incredibly fast. He'll run this one down to the Shadow Ridge 40, and the Broncos will take over from there. Noche with a really athletic play there, almost got tackled as soon as he caught that. And that's a play that is almost a bit of a hospital pass in a way where, he's catching it from the air and he can't even see in front of him, but great awareness by Noche to immediately break the tackle and shake him off and run to the right side.
Yeah, well, as a returner, it's kind of like deer in the headlights when you have guys running full speed at you. You're trying to track the ball in and keep your eyes downfield. But Noche,
no problem.
Great job running to the outside using his speed.
Vandenbosch in shotgun. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen, 1 at the top. He's got Chambers to his right. Vandenbosch from the 41 will drop back all day for Vandenbosch. He will fire this one over the middle to Sharper, who makes an athletic catch, and he's all the way down to the 13. It's a pick of about 30 yards or so. And Dalen Sharper, as much credit as we get to Devin Fitzgerald, Dalen Sharper also had similar yardage and touchdown numbers to Fitzgerald, and he's committed to the University of Stanford next year as a 4-star. Also a basketball star. He can kind of really do it all.
Yeah, that's what makes the Broncos receiving corps so dangerous is all the talent they possess.
Mm-hmm. And we've got a very rough false start there on the right side of the offensive line. Just a bit of miscommunication will push the Broncos back 5 yards.
And again, the protection for Brophy
he had all day on that pass.
Been really impressive.
He could have thrown that one flat-footed if he wanted to. Yeah. Just Brophy with a much bigger and better offensive line than what Shadow Ridge is bringing in terms of pressure. Vandenbosch in shotgun, got Chambers to his left. Got the tight end in and 3 wide receivers. Play action over the middle for Sharper, and Sharper will get tackled immediately after and pick up about 2 or 3 yards. Nice tackle there by Sharper, who can be super shifty and slippery and really good at breaking tackles as he stands at 6'4" and about 200 pounds. But a good tackle to bring him down.
Yeah, you're probably going to see Shadow Ridge shift to some man coverage here in the red zone. The windows get tighter.
I'd like to see Brophy rely on their run game a little bit. Maybe give Chambers the ball. Let that offensive line create some holes for him on 2nd down and 9. There are 5 seconds left in the first quarter, and it appears that the Broncos are going to let this one ride out. So at the end of 1, it's Broncos 15, Stallions 0 here. And in every way, shape, and form, the Broncos have been absolutely dominant on all sides of the football.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start if you're head coach Jason Jewell. Up 15 zip. You have all the momentum. You're driving here to get your 3rd major of the game to really put this one away, and just really seems like it's not connecting for Shadow Ridge, Greg. I don't know. You had the first drive that looked like they had some momentum going, and then ever since then, Brophy has just really shut the door.
Yeah. I think that if you're Shadow Ridge right now, if, you look at your offense, which is so fundamentally dependent on Michael Cruz, and what he has done for them in the both receiving and rushing game, I think that they've got to go to other people. I know that they've tried to pass it over to Rao and other guys like him, but I think right now you might have to rely on just creating some trickery plays. I really liked what we saw on that fake punt. I like what they've done in the kickoffs with the fake laterals. I think if you're Pearson, or rather Normandy right now, maybe take a couple deep shots and just see what happens. Try to get the Broncos to make some big mistakes because they're going to need to get some high yardage plays. They really just need some big turnover, big takeaway to swing this momentum because it was just 12 minutes of Broncos football there for the first quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I think the defense is really going to have to step it up here for Shadow Ridge, create that potential turnover to get their offense back on the field because really what it comes down to is execution. And with the time now being more of a factor, really needing to start to get yourself back into the game.
Vandenbosch in shotgun as we're back on the second quarter. 3 wide receivers out there. And he's got Chambers to his right. Vandenbosch going to roll out to his right, looking end zone. It's a touchdown there. Powell, the tight end, and the Broncos are up 21-0 on the first play of the second quarter, and he could not have been more wide open. Broncos are doing a fantastic job just getting guys open, getting behind the secondary, and this one is starting to turn into a blowout here.
I mean, Van Bosch had time to cook himself a meal back there in the backfield.
Just all day.
And that's really what's been the story is Shadow Ridge's inability to even create any kind of pressure on Van Bosch to make things tough.
Carson's extra point is good, and the Broncos are now up 22-0.
So that's 2 passing touchdowns now for Van Bosch. Long one to Fitzgerald, and that one there to Powell. And then you, of course, had the Chambers long rushing touchdown. And 3 majors on the board for the Broncos. They're in full control, up 22-0.
And shout out to Pell. That is his first touchdown of the year and first of his Brophy career. And it's something that has been interesting to watch this year. As the Broncos have had less of a presence of the offensive line, they've relied more on their tight ends, both John Krostowski and then Powell, obviously, as we just talked about. They've combined for now, that is their 12th catch of the year so far, because they really never brought out the tight end set last year, just with how good their offensive line was. They were really able to manage things with their 4 wide receiver set. But now this year, a lot of development going on their tight end room. Both of those guys are new players to the Broncos and making a big impact so far tonight.
Yeah, offense looks sharp. Defense creating a lot of pressure, and still lots of time left. Lots of things that can happen for Shadow Ridge, but
got to see something on this drive.
Yeah, you really feel like you got to come away with some points here. A major, obviously, is what you're really looking for to get yourself back in it.
Cruz and Rao back deep to receive. And Hampton will kick this one to Rao. Rao is going to let that one bounce, and he will field it at the goal line potentially. And they lateral back. It's a fumble to Cruz, and Cruz has nowhere to go. He's tackled on his own 5. I don't think I've ever seen a kickoff play outside of a fumble go so poorly.
Man, that's a
and that's
dagger.
not how you wanted to start this drive.
That is a dagger for Shadow Ridge. You're backed up now in your own, at your own 5-yard line. A tough spot to be to start this drive.
And now you've got to watch John Michael and Josh Finch-Logan and all those defensive linemen of Brophy potentially give you a safety right here.
Yeah, you at least have to pick up another first down and give yourself some breathing room, especially your punter, as don't want to be punting in your own end zone.
So Normandin currently staring at a 95-yard field as he'll set up in shotgun. Normandin will hand this one off here as he busts through for about a pickup of about 3 or so. It's Joel Cooper, the running back. Cooper more of a heavy set option to run the ball up the middle, whereas Cruz is a bit more shifty, a bit quicker, and better at finding those outside gaps and turning up the field.
5-yard gain out to the 10, 2nd and 5.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 5 from the 10. Bit of breathing room here for Normandin and the Shadow Ridge offense. See if they can do anything with it. In shotgun, Normandin will fire it, and it is intercepted by Deshaun Crine there for the Broncos. He's going back the other way, wrestling his way all the way down to the 3-yard line, and Deshaun Crine with his first interception of the season. And here come the Broncos.
Sean Crine, wow. Read that play like a book, crashes up on the wide receiver, and makes the play, taking it away for Brophy. It's a turnover, their first of the game.
And how about Deshaun Crine with the first interception of his Brophy season? And he's been really, really effective here in pass coverage this season, and as well as tonight here. It's good to see him finally get credit for it in a turnover, but had 18 tackles and a pass deflection coming into this game. And he's got interception number 1, and he's got the Broncos set up on the 5-yard line, looking to make their 4th touchdown of the game. Scout Kinkle in for the Broncos at running back. So we'll get a personnel change. To the end zone here for McNabb, it's just off his fingertips. Donovan McNabb Jr., the son of obviously the big gold quarterback, Donovan McNabb, the quarterback of the Eagles back in the 2000s. That pass was just off his fingertips.
Oh, man, what a combination there. McNabb Jr. running that little out route in the back of the end zone. And a great ball from Vanden Bosch. Turned around, it was right there, but like you said, Greg, right off the fingertips. They'll try it again here on second down.
11:03 to go here in the second quarter as the Broncos are looking to get their second touchdown of the second quarter already. Vanden Bosch will hand this one off to Kinkle. Kinkle met immediately, and he fumbles the ball. Who's got it? And it looks like this Shadow Ridge says they have it, and they do. And Shadow Ridge with a huge takeaway on their own 3-yard line. And the Broncos with an uncharacteristic turnover, and the ball is going back the other way here. Scout Kinkle, first year with the varsity team, and a bit of a miscue there. He had 15 carries for 111 yards coming into this game, averaged 7 yards a carry, so he was really having a good start to his varsity career, but that one's got to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, on the goal line, only needing less than a couple yards. Really a big play by Shadow Ridge's defense.
Yeah,
almost
huge
like the
tackle there.
It looked like the Kyron Williams punch out last night from the 49ers D-line to really ice the game.
And the handoff here, it's Cooper trying to find a hole, and he will cut it back the other way. He's going to find an edge, and he's got it all the way to the 10. That cuts it back around the 20. This is a big pickup here, and he will finally be tackled around the 21. It's a pickup of 20. What a run there by Cooper, and it'll give Shadow Ridge some breathing room, and their offense finally got some momentum.
And feels like a missed opportunity for Brophy.
Yeah.
I mean, they score there. Still, again, lots of time, but you really are in the driver's seat. And a turnover. Now it's Shadow Ridge on the move. Great 20-yard game from Cooper.
Shadow Ridge will take some time in the huddle to get a play call going. It'll be Normandin with Cruz to his left. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. And we're going to get a whole bunch of motion here. Pretty much everyone on that wide receiver group is going to switch places. Now 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. They'll motion the tight end. Normandin drops back. Good protection there over the middle. Oh, almost intercepted there by Alex Buggy. But it'll be incomplete. Good coverage there by Alex Buggy and the Broncos. And looks like another piece of miscommunication there for Normandin and his wide receiver group, as that pass was well behind his wide receiver target.
Yeah, Buggy playing at the safety position for Brophy was right in the center of the field and had laser eyes on that one right off his hands.
Yeah, had a similar play like that in the Perry game where he did a really nice job in coverage and then just had a pass go right off his hands. So almost had the interception, but he'll take a pass defended instead. 10:03 to go on second down and 10. Normandin fakes a pass and will hand this one off to Cooper, who is hit immediately, but will move forward and push forward for a pickup about 4 or so.
And Cooper providing a spark for Shadow Ridge. It's been the Cruz show so far this season, but they almost seem like they have a different spark right now with Cooper running the football.
Absolutely. So 3rd down and 6 with 9:30 to go here. Big 3rd down for Shadow Ridge, which got a big first down not a couple plays ago, but they need another one. Still a long field to go here as Normandin will fire this one over the middle, and a great piece of defense there by Deshaun trying to reach over and knock that pass away. Pass was intended there for number 11, Colton Day, but it'll be a 4th down here, and the Shadow Ridge offense will dejectedly walk off the field, and Brophy's going to get the ball back now.
It's a good stop once more for the Broncos. And for Shadow Ridge, tough one as you get that big game from Cooper and then not able to move the chains after that as they'll have to punt.
Seymour will punt this one away. I snap and it will be fielded, or it will be hit the ground around the 41. Take a huge bounce for Shadow Ridge. That one will bounce all the way down to the 22, and the Broncos will take over from there. So the Broncos looking to get a bit of revenge from their last drive in which they fumbled about 2 yards away from a touchdown. It'll be Case Vanden Bosch and the offense trying to make something happen.
Yeah, I think, Greg, what's been most impressive for me watching is the Brophy defense. They just have been lights out. It's been like going up against a brick wall. You can't really move them. they're in their spots, they're doing their jobs, and they're making plays. And again, going against a defense like that, it's really hard to find success.
Broncos will get started in shotgun. It's Vandenbosch. Fitzgerald in motion. And he will hand this one off to Fitzgerald, who will be tackled after a pickup of about 2. Great recognition there by the Shadow Ridge defense to move over and make the tackle.
Devin Fitzgerald, the ball carrier.
So Fitzgerald, the wide receiver, with a rare carrying play. And he will move off the field now. So 2nd down and 9 now for the Broncos from their own 25. In shotgun. Krostowski, the tight end, will motion. And so will Chambers. Vandenbosch with a wide open Chambers on the seam. And Chambers looking to break a tackle, and he will be stopped after a pickup of about 4 or so. And a good tackle there made by the Stallions, especially number 0 there for Nate Pearson, the linebacker. And Pearson's been an integral part of this Shadow Ridge team, both offensively and defensively. Haven't called his name on the offensive side of the things yet, but he's had 9 catches for 157 yards in the receiving game. But so far defensively, he's had 17 tackles, a sack, and a pass defended on the defensive side of things. So great dual threat for the Stallions. And a nice tackle there. 3rd down and 3 for the Broncos. They'll motion Krostowski and hand this one off to Chambers. Chambers is met with a wall of white. Again, it's Pearson making the stop here, and they get the 4th down. And the Broncos are going to be forced to punt this one away here. A big tackle there by Matthew Bourne and Nate Pearson.
And Brophy trying to stretch the field. The first couple plays, you had the jet sweep to Fitzgerald and then the swing pass out to Chambers. And that time, going right up the middle, trying to find some success north-south. But give credit to Shadow Ridge. They're there. Their defensive line, the good push up front.
And a bit of the momentum starting to change a little bit here. We've seen Shadow Ridge with now back-to-back defensive stops with the fumble and now the 3 and out. So if you're Shadow Ridge, at least offensively, you have to feel a little bit more calm about knowing that your defense can get a stop and that this comeback is not totally impossible. Corey's punt is a good one. It will be motion to fair caught, but Cruz will let this one roll all the way down to the 10-yard line. This is a beauty of a punt. And this one's about a 60-yard punt from Rudain Corey. How about that?
And I'm just not sure why the returner wasn't farther back.
I think he was caught off guard by how far Curry kicked it.
Yeah, but that's kind of I mean, coaching wise, you always want to be in front of the kick. You know, you never want to see it bounce over your head like that and gain 20 yards on the bounce because it's now you're backed up and it's just tough on your offense.
But I mean, put some respect on Corey's name. He averages about 33 yards a punt, and just where Cruz was set up to field that was not giving him 33 yards whatsoever. Just let that one roll for about 60. So it'll be Normandin and the Stallions back at it again, looking at the first points of their game. They'll motion, and we'll hand this one off up the middle here. It's a pick of about 9 or so. And it was Cruz again up the middle. So it'll be interesting to see, after we saw Joel Cooper with a nice couple of plays there on the last drive, how Shadow Ridge wants to run their run game between Cooper and Cruz.
Yeah, and how they're going to do it now, 6.5 minutes left here in the second quarter before halftime. How are they going to be able to stick to the run game and make it a factor and not just air it out?
Yeah.
Keep the defense honest.
They will hand this one off again up the middle. It's a great stop here, and they will slip through for maybe he got the first down. A great second effort there, but maybe pick up about 2 or so here. She's got some kind of explosion going on here on the Brophy student section. About the loudest they've been all night.
Yeah, it's a big crowd. Lots of people will take tonight's game in. Great to see. And
senior night here for the Brophy football team.
Yeah, the home team really putting on a show thus far.
So 1st down and 10 after Cruz's pickup of 2. Normandin in shotgun with Cooper and Cruz in his backfield. Cruz will motion, and he will hand this one off to Cooper, who will be tripped up for a pickup of about 2. Good stop there from the Broncos defense. Looks like it was Evander Vargas with another tackle, who's been a critical part of this Broncos team now with his first tackle for loss earlier in tonight's game. Came into this one with 4 games played and 12 tackles to his name. 2nd down and 7. About 5 minutes to go here. A little more. Normandin in shotgun. The call for the motion of his tight end. He will hand this one off to Cruz. Cruz up the middle. He will pick up about 5 yards or so. And Shadow Ridge really just running the same play again and again and again. It's just up the middle, trying to get Cruz and Cooper to find something. And they're picking up decent chunk yardage, which is going to set up a 3rd down and short, maybe about 2 or 3 yards. We'll see if they switch it up or just keep running it down Brophy's middle.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep with the run game. I think the philosophy
It's chip
for
away.
them is
Yeah.
to end this quarter with a touchdown, with a major, not let Brophy touch the ball again and go down by only a couple possessions. I think that's what they want to do, is have a long, sustained drive and find the end zone.
Normandin in shotgun, rather under center. Haven't seen that a lot tonight here. They'll motion the tight end. And Normandin will hand this one off right up the middle. As the last couple plays have been, it'll be close.
Looks like it'll be just short. Brophy sideline.
And Brophy's going to say they've got a 4th down. We'll see where the official ruling is. Nope, the refs are going to give him a 1st down, and we will move the chains. It's another 1st down for the Stallions. And with 4 minutes to go, their offense is on the move. And for the first time tonight, we've really seen some success in the rushing game, at least this drive and the last one. And if you're Shadow Ridge, you've got to like that.
Yeah, they've been able to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. Now they're up to the 30-yard line.
3:45 to go here. Normandin in shotgun. Cruz to his left. 3 different tight ends are going to go in motion. I think an offensive lineman as well. Normandin's going to switch to under center. And he will go into play action. Normandin's going to take a shot downfield. Wide open. And he's got his man. Oh, he just overthrew it. Looking for number 14, Julian Toby, the junior. And, oh, man, that would have been a huge play for the Stallions. He totally had Toby. Just overthrew him by a little bit. Normandin's got to be frustrated about that one.
Jeez, Toby wide open in the middle. Normandin just overthrew him by a stride. I mean, that thing comes down a yard before, and that's a touchdown for Shadow Ridge. They've had a few of those now, just barely missed the receivers, and they'll look back on that and wish that they would have connected.
Yeah. Normandin, frustrated, but we'll set up in shotgun with 3:28 to go here. Normandin will throw a screen to Cruz. Cruz up the sideline. He's got an easy 1st down. Cruz is going to turn this one up all the way to the 40. He's got some speed on him, and he will finally be tackled at the Brophy 34. It's a huge pickup of about 36 yards. Michael Cruz showing why he is the leader of the Stallions offense and the biggest play for the Stallions so far tonight here.
Yeah, why not for Normandin? A little swing pass to your running back, Cruz. Let him do all the work, which he does, using that speed to get down the sideline. And a big gain for Shadow Ridge, their longest play of the night.
So 3 minutes to go here now. Be interesting to see how Shadow Ridge wants to play the clock. Like what you said, if they could take all of this off and get a touchdown, that'd be preferable, but we'll see if they want to score quick and keep this momentum. Cooper up the middle. He will get a couple yards, pick up about 4. It'll set up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, it took a couple series, but now we're really seeing the Shadow Ridge
Response.
offensive line start to move some people up front and create some physicality that they lacked in the first couple drives.
And the more they can just wear down Brophy and tire him out, the more running lanes they're going to have. They will hand this one off to Cooper. Cooper up the middle. He's got a big gap. He's going to go all the way down to the 10, and we finally tackled around the 6-yard line. That's a pickup of over 20 yards, and with 2:10, Shadow Ridge has got 1st down and goal.
And that's exactly what I was alluding to. You saw the line of scrimmage
just wide open.
Wide open, especially the A and the B gap for Cooper. He busts through, and it's an easy 1st down. Doesn't get touched until he's in the second
he
level.
had a red carpet to the 10-yard line. And we are going to get a timeout on the field. And it will be Brophy trying to get set defensively. And this is really the first time that we've seen their defense under any kind of stress. Shadow Ridge has been pretty much in their own side of the field for the entire night so far here. But how did the Broncos respond? What do you think?
Well, I think the red zone favors the defense in the sense that you know they're going to run the football, but the windows are tighter if they are going to pass. So really, it's about stacking the box. It's been a lot of run on this drive from Shadow Ridge. And I think if you're Brophy, you got to load up the linebackers and play those gaps in the middle to
Yeah.
try to shut them down.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Brophy has to be more aggressive in their front seven. Maybe send some blitzes and rush. I think that what's going on right now is that the motions that Shadow Ridge is running, just a ton of motion between tight ends and wide receivers right now, are kind of catching Brophy a little bit off guard. And in that, they're being a little bit more cautious, and that's opening up run lanes right now in the front seven.
Yeah, and they have to be careful as well in the back end now. It's been a couple times where they've almost been exposed, like a couple busting coverages. So look for Norman down the line as this game goes on to try to get that aerial attack going. But right now they're doing a good job of running the football.
Norman will set up under center. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen, and he will call for motion of Cruz. Fakes a handoff to Cruz and pitches it to Cooper, who loses the football. Brophy has it. Oh no, Shadow Ridge. Joel Cooper just dropped the ball, and Evander Vargas is right there to easily fall on it, and Brophy's got the ball on their own 10-yard line. And Brophy's going to take one big sigh of relief, and Shadow Ridge has got to be kicking themselves right now.
I mean, that is a tough play for Shadow Ridge. You have the option, the pitch option, and like you said, he dropped it, but man, the run
gotta
game's
have
working.
that.
The run game's working so well.
Yeah.
Why don't it's hard to say, but the pitch outside, the inside was working so well. I don't know why they didn't keep going.
Yeah,
with it.
interesting that you bring that up. I kind of got to agree with you, especially on first down. Just go with what's working right now. You got 2 minutes. You want to take some time off the clock here. There's no need to create some trickery with what's been working for them. Vandenbosch will try to run it to the side, cuts it back, and tries to find a lane. Absolutely nothing going there. Great defensive blow up there by the Stallions.
And that's the danger of a pitch, right? Is it's a live football.
Yeah.
Your guy has to be able to catch it. It's considered a lateral, so it's live. And Cooper not able to make the play, and it's costly turnover because that was the best drive of the game for Shadow Ridge.
100%.
They were able to
their
go.
only good drive of the night so far, and it was a really good one. You really had to feel like if you were Brophy, you're starting to get nervous about what your defense is able to do here, but you're just not nervous when you're up 3 scores. And no matter how good Shadow Ridge's offense is, if Brophy's got a 22-0 lead headed into halftime, they've got to feel pretty comfortable with this one. Vandenbosch going to fake the handoff and will take it himself, spins and picks up about 3 yards or so. Be a 3rd down and 8.
And Devin Fitzgerald trying to do the old fake catch and get the corner running with him, try and draw out the defense.
Why not? Why not?
It's always fun to watch that. The guys are focused man on man. They think it's a pass.
Be 3rd down and 8 in shotgun for Vandenbosch, and we've got a whistle before the snap. And this one appears to be going against the Broncos. Oh, no, we will get a timeout, rather. So Shadow Ridge going to take a timeout with 41 seconds to go here in this game.
And that turnover from Shadow Ridge really feels like it cancels out the Kinkle turnover for Brophy. Both red zone turnovers, not something that I think we thought of coming in as the red zone defense, but both teams showing off tonight.
So 41 seconds to go here. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining, so Shadow Ridge does have the potential to get the ball back with about 30 seconds to go here in this one, but with how, slow Shadow Ridge has been with passing the ball, you really can't have too much confidence in their ability to get down the field quickly. And it's not to say that their offense is in a bad spot. You have to feel comfortable with how they ran the ball there, just not enough time with running it right now.
Yeah, they've made plays offensively. It's not like you could say Brophy has completely shut them down, as we saw in that long drive. But really, again, you talk about missed opportunities. That's a tough break for Shadow Ridge as they were that close to finding the end zone.
40 seconds to go here in the first half. Vandenbosch will set up in shotgun on 3rd down and 6. Chambers to his right. Fitzgerald will go into motion. Vandenbosch drops back, fires a screen pass to Sharper. Sharper's trying to find a gap, and he will. He's going to get the first down, and Dalen Sharper will eventually fall down at around the 30-yard line. It's a pick up of 15 yards. It's a first down. 31 seconds to go here, and we are going to get a timeout, it appears.
Yeah,
no, the clock is going to run. Brophy's going to move fast. 25 seconds to go here. Vandenbosch takes a snap all day. Fires it over the middle there to Fitzgerald, and he will be wrapped up at about 9 yards.
There's a flag on the play in the backfield of Brophy.
Got
See
to
if
be
this
holding,
one's
most
coming
likely.
back. See
Yeah.
what the referees converge.
Nope. It will go against Brophy. It will
An
be
ineligible man
yep.
downfield.
So that will take Brophy back. And with 15 seconds left to go here, that will most likely, unless we've got a Hail Mary or something, be the kind of end of this half. See if Brophy will want to take a shot here down on their 25. So first down and 15. Clock is running with 10 seconds to go here. Might be the last play of the first half. And the Broncos are just going to run this one ahead. It'll be Chambers, who's wrapped up immediately. Nice tackle there made by the defensive lineman, Roshan Kuti. And with that, the buzzer will sound. And at the end of 2 quarters, it is Broncos 22, Shadow Ridge 0. And what was a dominating Brophy start kind of slowed down in the second quarter, but a big takeaway there in the last couple minutes will keep the Stallions scoreless. And if you're the Broncos right now, you got to feel pretty good headed into halftime.
Yeah, you got to feel pretty good. You're up 22-zip, and arguably Shadow Ridge won that second quarter, but the start from Brophy was just really
Too dominant, yeah.
what has been the story of this game. As we're going to head to halftime, and we'll be back.
This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of Deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called J.R.'s Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldies Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
I'm Andrew Hughes, and I'm reporting.
This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of Deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called JR's Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around. Sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldie's, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldie's.
This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of Deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called JR's Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldie's, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldie's.
This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of Deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called JR's Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldie's, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldie's.
This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of Deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called JR's Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldie's, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldie's.
This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of Deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called JR's Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldie's, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldie's.
This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of Deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called JR's Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around. This is J.R. Lambright, special field correspondent for the Varsity Sports Show, coming to you from the wilds of Deep East Texas. Some of you may remember me from a few years back when I did a radio segment for the Varsity Sports Show called JR's Texas Tales. This season, however, we're going to talk about the phenomenon that's sometimes pursued with religious fervor called high school football in Texas. Stay tuned. We'll see each other around.
And we are back live after halftime here as the Broncos lead the Stallions 22-0 here at Grambling Field at Central. I'm Greg Zaber here with the Varsity Sports Show, joined with
Jesse Davis.
And it was a pretty tumultuous first quarter, especially for the Stallions here. The Broncos got up to a very nice start, got a couple of drives, scored on all their first 3 drives. Had an opportunity to punch in a 4th score, but on the goal line, it was Scout Kingle, the running back, who fumbled it, and the Stallions took it away. The Stallions then, a couple drives later, were able to get down to the Broncos 5 and very similarly fumbled on a lateral play, and the Broncos took over and ended the second quarter rather, on that note. So the Broncos will receive to start this one off. We're going to get an onside kick here, and Brophy has no problem recovering it.
What an interesting formation.
Yeah.
They all grouped together and tried to do a little squib kick to get the 10 yards, but heads up play from the Brophy special teams to hop on it and get the ball.
After Pete's kickoff return, recovery, Broncos ball, first and 10. Get the Stallion 40.
And I mean, I get it, right? You're down 22-0.
Why not?
Trying to create something.
But a bit of a desperation move.
Right.
And the Broncos will now take over here on the Stallion 47, Vandenbosch. And Chambers got to his left in shotgun formation for the Broncos. Vandenbosch and Sharper, a bit of confusion right now. Looks like a personnel change that needs to be made. So
that's going to be number 80, Oliver Hanlon.
They'll bring on Hanlon at the last moment and be set with 11 guys on the field. Vandenbosch going to drop back all day, and he'll roll out and run it himself down the right sideline, trying to turn up the field, and he will get close to the first down, if not to the first down, before he's laid out on the sideline.
Yeah, good job from Vandenbosch, recognizing he doesn't have anything downfield. Escapes to his right, is able to find some space to pick up the first down and move the sticks for Brophy.
Broncos a good start to their second half drive. And it'll be Vandenbosch in shotgun again. Got 3 wide receivers at the top of your screen, 1 at the bottom, and Chambers to his left. He'll throw a screen pass there to Sharper. Sharper's going to try to get the sideline edge, and he'll be tripped up and get a couple yards. Nice tackle there by Aiden Tatum, the defensive back.
Yeah, great tackle. Tough customer and Sharper to bring down, a guy that is really good at breaking tackles. And an important sequence now for Shadow Ridge being able to get a stop.
Yeah, Brophy starting to get close to the marker for field goal range. So Shadow Ridge is going to need to get a stop here if they want to avoid a 4-possession game. Chambers going to break away on the right edge, and he'll get close to the first down marker before he's pushed back. We're going to get a flag down as Nate Pearson brings him down at around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I wonder what this flag is on play. I'm not really sure. It looked like a bunch of guys trying to bring down Chambers, maybe some unnecessary roughness or something of that kind.
Yeah, it appeared to be a flag on the tackle.
6-yard gain
but we'll see what this is about. It'll go against Shadow Ridge, and it will move the chains for the Broncos.
Well, another fast drive from Brophy marching down to start the second half as they're already inside the red zone.
It'll end up being a personal foul against the Stallions, and the Broncos have got it on the 16-yard line. 45 seconds into the third quarter. Broncos are in business. Vandenbosch in shotgun. Chambers to his left. He'll audible play in from the sideline. And the Broncos are perfectly content to take some time off the clock here and really slow this game down here with a 22-point lead. Vandenbosch drops back, fires it over the middle, and just couldn't find Sharper. It passed a bit low. Vandenbosch a little frustrated with himself. Immediately goes to the towel, wonder if it maybe slipped.
Now it's going to be second down for Brophy. See what they call here. Feel like they're going to try to stick to the ground game with Chambers. Bring up a third and manageable upcoming.
2nd and 10 from the 16. Sharper in motion. He'll set up in the slot on the short side of the field.
Vandenbosch looking to the sideline a lot.
Yeah.
On this drive, trying to get the signals right.
Vandenbosch will fake the handoff to Chambers and run it himself. Breaks a nice tackle, and then will be wrapped up after a pickup of about 2. So this will set up third down and long after a nice tackle there made by the Stallions defense.
So third and long, what would you call here, Greg?
I think if you're Brophy, you go to the screenplay. I think that's one of their best plays, especially to Fitzgerald or Sharper. Just go to the screen. Make sure it's a forward pass so you avoid the chance of a fumble. But worst case scenario, you get tackled for a loss of a couple yards. You're still in field goal range. That's what I would go to, and it works so often for them. Instead, Vandenbosch will roll out. Nothing going there, and he's forced to run it himself. He will bounce to the edge and will eventually be tackled for a loss of about 2 yards. Tackled around the 19-yard line, and the Broncos field goal unit will come out here. Be about a 36-yarder for Carson. Made from 45 before, so this is nothing impossible from him.
Good contain there from Shadow Ridge. Plugging up the middle, not allowing Vandenbosch to take off. Looked like it was kind of a botched play. He stood in shotgun looking for some receivers and then had to scramble out.
So Carson, 5 for 7 from field goals on the year. And from 35, this one is absolutely no problem.
And
way up and through the uprights.
There's actually going to be roughing the kicker.
Yeah, it'll be immediately declined there, as it's no problem for Carson. And the Broncos have got a 4-possession lead. It's 25-0 here at Central Field.
Their offense is going to go back on the field.
Oh, no, you're right. Because...
So... This is going to be an automatic first down for
Brophy.
Brophy.
Because it is a roughing the kicker, that would be a 15-yard penalty. So instead of a 25-0 game, the Broncos will, instead of a first down and a chance to make it potentially a 29-point game.
And it's another, big mistake from Shadow Ridge. A tough play. You're trying to block the kick and create a turnover and return it back. But, man, you feel like especially if Brophy gets in the end zone here, the wind just goes out of the sail.
Ryder Noche in the backfield often sets up as a defensive back. That's where he stars in. So interesting formation here from the Broncos. Vandenbosch in shotgun. He will take it. He will hand it off to Noche. Noche is going to find the edge, and Ryder Noche, the defensive back, is going to have a rushing touchdown here. Interesting personnel choice from the Broncos, but it works out just fine. He runs untouched to the end zone. It's 28-0 Broncos.
And how about that from head coach Jason Jewell, using Noche in as the gadget guy for the offense. First play, finds a little outside zone and blocked up beautifully, not a defender in sight.
And Noche has been used as a wide receiver sometimes. Had 2 catches for 25 yards coming into this game. But it's the first time he's really been used as a running back. And we've got another weird formation going on here. It looks like Shadow Ridge is immediately going to call a timeout here and just get set. Yeah, the second that the Broncos broke away from that traditional formation, Shadow Ridge wasted no time calling that timeout.
And now it's 28-0 for the Broncos, and see if they go for 2
Potentially, yeah.
So they probably will to make it
30
the 30 burger.
Yeah.
But either way, very impressive performance tonight for Brophy on senior night, and home crowd has a lot to be happy about.
So both teams making sure things are set, going out of the timeout. And then the Brophy offense will walk back on the field. They will bring out Carson. They don't have too many other offensive players out there, so would have to assume that they're going to most likely kick this one. They will set up in, the traditional point after touchdown formation, but who knows? So Corey to hold, Carson to kick. Good snap, good hold, and no problem for Carson. It's 29-0 here for the Broncos, as they will convert on a big roughing the kicker penalty to keep the offense on the field and get another touchdown there for Ryder Noche.
It's 29-0. It's been all Brophy. It was all Brophy to start the game, and it's all Brophy to start the second half. And again, it's been an impressive performance really in all three facets of the game. I mean, you look at the offense, Van den Bosch finding Fitzgerald. Chambers was in there for a rushing touchdown. You just saw Noche get a nice little 8-yard carry to find Paydirt, and you go to the defense, and they create the turnover, have been very sticky in coverage, just allowed that one big drive to Shadow Ridge, and then, of course, special teams has been also really great. A couple nice returns from the Broncos, and they're just playing well in all three phases of the game.
I think the message of the Broncos has been, like what Coach Jewell said in his pregame interview, was kind of just limit the big mistakes. This defense hasn't been absolutely smothering. They've given up a lot of rushing yards to Cooper and Cruz, but they haven't given up that huge play, the 50-yard type of touchdown or anything like that. They've kept it to like small increments and have allowed their defense to make big plays like sacks. And obviously the biggest play of the game so far for their defense was the forced fumble.
And now
Hampton will kick this one away to Cruz. Cruz will take it out from his 5. Again, they fake the lateral. And Cruz will eventually be tackled around the 20-yard line. Gain of about 17 yards on the return.
Yeah, now for Shadow Ridge, it really limits your offense when you're down by this much in the second half. You're going to start to see probably the run game be phased out and see if that aerial attack opens up.
17-yard kickoff return for the Stallions.
Yeah, I am a bit excited to see what Normandin can do in this offense. We haven't seen him a lot so far. Only came into this game with about 90 passes thrown so far in his 5 games. So I'd be interested to see what he can kind of cook up here. Struggled in the first half, but if the weight of the game is on his shoulders, we'll see what he can do. As Cruz will have a nice first down run on a lateral pitch, and that'll move the chains for the Stallions to start their drive.
13-yard gain.
Well, one thing that you
35-yard line.
cannot say without is Michael Cruz's effort on the football field. I mean, he's always going to be making plays for you if your team's up, if your team's down, and he's shown that here tonight.
Really who they rely on, along with Joel Cooper. Both of them set up in the backfield in shotgun for Shadow Ridge. Play action over the middle, and it was tipped by the Broncos. Looks like it was a nice play there by the defensive line. Someone got a hand on it.
Yeah, it was actually the linebacker Braxton Tate that got a hand on it. And really underrated play because I was open for Normandin.
Yeah, he absolutely had his man Luke Pearson down there. Fortunately not able to make the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. 8:41 to go here in the third. In shotgun for Normandin. And he will hand this one off to Cruz.
What has been a fast-paced game for them here on senior night.
Van den Bosch in shotgun. Bias to his left. Broncos subbed in Powell.
Road games after tonight for the Broncos, but they took care of business in back-to-back weeks at home.
Yeah, this feels like the next month is just the major test of strength here for the Broncos. No off games, obviously. Oh, they will get a bye week next week, which will help. Got their fall break, but going forward from that, at Higley, at Liberty, at Saguaro, all those teams very competent, and they're gonna really have a test of how they can perform away from Brophy, which they've struggled with outside of Regis. On second down, Vanderbosch will hand this one off to Tobias, who is met immediately at the line. Nice tackle there made by number 39 of the Stallions. That's Roshun Kuti.
And it's the opposite for Shadow Ridge. After this game, they have 3 straight home games.
The catch he's got, and Donovan McNabb with the first touchdown of his season, and it's a 42-7 game.
Well, I don't want to speculate, but it did look like he had pretty good push off.
Yeah.
Either way, it's another major.
I think me and you are thinking the same thing, but regardless, the ref says it's no flag, so it's no flag, and it'll be a touchdown for Donovan McNabb Jr. So first touchdown of his season, and another touchdown for Case Vanderbosch. I believe that's his third passing touchdown of the night so far. Carson on his way to kick the extra point, looking to make this after a heartbreaking loss to South Point Catholic on the last week of the season, but lost in the semifinals last year on the last week of the season, but lost in the semifinals last year against Mountain View. But, you know, they're out for revenge. The whole message of this team is that there's unfinished business, and they're here to get some hardware.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure calling this game with you, Greg, and Brophy putting on a show here tonight in front of their home crowd on senior night. They get the win, 43-7.
Yeah, big win for the Broncos. They'll improve to 4-2. The Shadow Ridge Stallions will drop to 3-3. I'm Greg Zaber here with the Varsity Sports Show, and thank you for watching.
2 weeks, our Trophy Broncos began a 3-game road trip on Monday night, October 17th at Higley. On the 24th at Liberty,